customer. The MTN number you have dialed is not reachable at the moment. Please try again later. Thank you.
Hey guys, so there's this number that keeps calling every once in a while. It's not regular, like I cannot say it's daily, it's not weekly, sometimes once a month, sometimes I don't know, but it calls. And the funny thing is that when I call back that line, I don't hear anything, like nobody says anything. And it comes in different numbers and different countries, because I know that Nigerians country code is +234, but the one that I just called, I came in and I saw the missed call on this phone, this small bumper phone, and it's +235. I don't know what country that is. And then there's these other numbers too. Like it comes, look at this one now, 263 +263. There's this other number too. Let me find it. Plus, okay, 263 again. Let me see if I can find another number. God. Like I said, the number doesn't come regularly. It's different numbers. However, they come once in a while. There are times when you're a week, every night, every midnight, from 12 midnight upwards, these calls will come. If I pick it, the person will end the call. If I pick the call, the person ends up ending the call. And then when I'm not around, because I don't usually go out with this phone, it's the SIM card where my ex-husband has to connect his children with. That's the number that is here. So I leave the phone in the house. But because most times they use the phone to make calls, and so most times I keep it out of their reach, you understand? But if I come and I see a missed call, I'm definitely calling back the person, okay? So severally, these numbers will call me, and when I call back, nobody picks it, nobody says anything. But then I'll still come back sometimes and see the missed call. Sometimes this call comes in right when I'm there with the phone, you understand? And I'll pick it immediately, and the person will not say anything. Please stop coming in here, opening and closing the door like that. Please go outside. So if I call back, the person will not pick. If I call back, the person will not pick. And I'm wondering who is doing all these things. I am saying this thing because I know. Oh my goodness. Because tomorrow now, it is going to be, some people are going to have proof of how they've been calling me and I don't pick the calls. How they've been calling me, but I don't pick the calls. You people understand what I'm saying? I'll be tomorrow now. That is what it's going to be. That's what the narrative they're going to be pushing. And they'll probably be showing people proofs or whatever. I don't know. But these strange numbers now are the numbers that keeps calling. These numbers are not Nigerian number, and they are not the country code of the country where he is. You get? Now, who are these people calling? And why is it that when I call back, they will not pick the call? And why is it that when they call, because they call at odd hours, why do they call at odd hours? Midnight, from 12 midnight, 1, 2, that's when they'll call. Okay, now, if somehow, peradventure, I am still awake and somehow I'm with the phone and the call comes right in front of me and I pick the call, why does the person have to end the call? Why is that the person will not say anything? So just now, I was watching a movie in the living room. There's this movie, what's the name again? Dirty John. If you haven't seen that movie, please go and see that movie. That movie is almost like my life. I was watching it and it felt like another person was living my life a few years back. However, the only difference between me and this person is that this lady actually will I call it realize, or her husband left her at old age. You understand? When she now has grown children, and all these years she didn't realize she was being abused, she didn't realize she was living with a narcissist, she didn't realize she was living with an abuser. And all these years the husband manipulated the children and everybody around her to hate her and think she's mad and psycho. So the only difference another difference is that she has a family that didn't understand her, a family that neglected her. I had a family that supported me, a family that stood by me and said, yes, your points are valid. Your points are, I see you, we see you. You understand? That's the only difference between me and her. She sacrificed a lot to get that man to where he is, or to the place where he later became, somebody, only for the man to turn his back on her, seized the children, seized their wealth, seized a lot of things. Another difference between me and her is that I didn't lose my children. Maybe. I didn't lose my children, that's another thing. And then she lost her children, lost her youth, no money, nothing, no family to fall back on. The little friends that she even had were even gossiping about her in the back, and they were even sort of looking at her psycho, looking at her like somebody that is crazy. But me, I lost friends. because they probably thought I was stingy and crazy, but I had family. So watching that movie now, somehow my emotions are up and everything is just up. And then I came in here now and I saw one missed call from another strange number from a different country code, a different country altogether. And I called the number back, and the number is not reachable at the moment. So what does it mean? Why do I keep getting these calls? If anybody understands what it means, I do not want to insinuate anything, and I do not want to call anything name. My mind is telling me something else, but then I just don't want to call it anything yet. Please, if anybody has been through this kind of thing before, please just let me know. How did you handle it? What happened? Who was the caller? Because I don't understand it. If you haven't watched that movie, Dirty John, is on Netflix. It's a seasonal movie, but it has short episodes. Imagine that I started watching it around 11 o'clock in the morning, and this is 3:34. If not, I never took light in between, I would have been done with the movie by now. But it has one episode left. I have to conclude it. I'm still waiting, and probably when I finish watching it, I'm going to do a separate review about the movie and talk about it. Per se. So now, my emotions are stirred up because I feel like that woman was just living my life. It just felt like that woman, everything she went through, even the loss of her child. Oh God, I was just seeing myself there. There are times when I'll be asking myself, is he truly a narcissist? Is he truly what I think he is? Am I calling him all this thing for nothing? Well, is he really innocent? You understand? And then there are things that I'll see like this. There are things that I'll see and I'll just be like, if this woman went through this thing and it is abuse for her, like I'm seeing it now and it's abuse, that means I was really abused myself. You understand? That means I can relate to those things that was happening in that film. I could relate to it. I could relate to almost everything. The only thing is that I didn't get to find out at old age. She found out at old age. When I mean old age, I'm not talking about 70s, 80s. I'm talking about a woman in her 50s. I'm in my early 30s, so I'm a lot younger. So I realized this thing a lot younger. And the only difference, I'm telling you, the only difference between me and her is that her children are older and they are manipulated. They don't trust or believe in their mother. My children are still younger and I am with my children. She, on the other hand, lost custody, lost money, lost everything. I lost everything, lost house, lost money, lost everything. The only thing I have are my children. She was alone. Yes, it's a movie, but I know a lot of people. It's a true life story. Even the movie, they said it was a true life story. It happened to someone. Yes, a lot of things. Some things in the movie were like, twisted and stuff, but it was a true life story. So I'm not crazy after all. These things are true. I was abused by a narcissist. Anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know about this caller that's been calling me, so that in the future, in case somebody comes up to come and start saying, I called her, I've been calling her to give the children the phone, but she doesn't pick my call, so you guys know where it's coming from. This is it. It's not his own missed call, not his number. Just different numbers with different country codes. You understand me? I'll just come in and see missed call. I'm flagging this issue. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I'll talk later.